We're running a little behind schedule. I'll try and be as quick as I can. Thanks everyone for coming, and thanks to our presenters for their insights earlier. Thanks above all to Air France for losing my luggage. That's why I stand before you in my running shoes and Solo's borrowed tie. So I'll try and go through this as quickly as I can, but I'm aware many of you are probably quite jet lagged and maybe not even be awake. So I'll start as simply as I can with a question maybe. Where am I? Well, maybe you know. We're here, but more specifically, we're here. This is the 17th TechNet Conference. As Kate said, this is a long line of conferences stretching back to 1990. Unfortunately, the last was virtual, but other than that, it's been an unbroken line of TechNet conferences, and we're very proud of our heritage and to welcome you all today. Who are we? We are TechNet. But what is TechNet? TechNet is a global network. It's got more than 5,000 people, by and large immunization professionals or those working directly in the immunization field. And our goal is to improve immunization services. And we do this in 3 ways: by bringing together our immunization stakeholders at every level, in every country, and from every sector. And I'm going to be talking about this network tomorrow. But who are we in this room? Who are we right now? So Kelly mentioned that this is, above all, a really great networking opportunity. So I think we should take a look around and see who else is in the room and have a think about who they represent and where they're coming from. So we should be 300 people. We're actually a little less due to visa complications from a lot of our participants. But let's continue regardless. These are all the countries of residence of our participants. There's quite a lot, huh? There's actually 70 different countries represented in this room. Does anyone want to have a guess what the biggest slice of the pie is? Panama. It's the US. Then India, then Switzerland, Nigeria, Kenya, Denmark, and so on. I think the US is easily explained because there are many NGOs and donors. India is represented quite heavily in manufacturers. Switzerland is our home at WHO HQ. Denmark has big UNICEF presence. So there you go, that is us. Many different people represented here. What about organization? What's the blue? What's the biggest one? A lot of people saying UNICEF, WHO. Ministry of Health. Then UNICEF, then WHO, JSI, PATH, CHAI, Village Reach, Gavi, many. And I include the list there on the left of those with 3 or more participants. But again, more than 70 different organizations represented here, just in one room. Thinking about it more broadly, what about these types of organizations? What are they? Are they manufacturers? Are they donors? Are they private sector, academia? For this one, it's a much more even split between these 4 groups. What are they? I'll show you straight away. NGOs are just taking it to be the biggest, but it's fairly close. Then it's the IGOs, meaning primarily WHO and UNICEF with 1 or 2 others. And then a fairly healthy slice of PQS manufacturers. You're all very, very welcome. Government civil service, which is the MOH I mentioned before. And then 4 other groups: donors, private sector, academia, and consultants. These organizations and these people, where are they coming from? Where is their thinking? Is it at the global level, such as myself and Solo at WHO HQ? Is it regional, such as Nora in Paho? Or is it national people or subnational people? Global just takes it with 50%. National and regional and subnational make up the other 49%. Gender. More men, more women. I'm sorry we have not managed to reach 50-50. But I do have one thing to say as an apology. Of course, I didn't delve into the analytics too much, but I do note that 84% of PQS manufacturers are male. I draw no conclusions, I merely offer that. But what about the people who are going to be on this podium and speaking, either in the breakouts or in the plenary? What's going to be the gender mix then? Okay, a little bit more analytics. Here's a question for you. Who has been to the most TechNet conferences? There are a lot of veterans here, I think. And before I tell you the answer to this question, I'm only talking of the people in this room now who has been, because there are, unfortunately, for many reasons, there are people who are not in this room who have been to many TechNet conferences. So I only talk of who has been there. Well, people who have been to 6, 7, or 8 TechNet conferences. Ahmet, Joni, Nora, Björn, Oya, Gaia, Guy, and Andrea. Congratulations, you are very welcome. You are the TechNet royalty. But you still only get the bronze medal. 10. Remember, this is the 17th. Moshtaba. But visa issues, I'm afraid. So we must remove his medal. I'm afraid he didn't make it, even though he was meant to. 11. We're coming up to the creme de la creme here. This guy. Are we done? No, there's one. There's the gold medal. This very handsome man here. I just note in passing, I said I wasn't going to talk about people in the room, but there's only one person who has been to every single TechNet conference apart from this one. John Lloyd. Unfortunately, let's give him a round of applause. He founded TechNet in 1989. Okay, so the jet-lagged people. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where you are. Let me try and explain it to you as quickly as I can. We have the agenda. I'm going to give you a sort of cut-down version of the conference guide that I think you've all got a copy of. The primary part is the formal agenda, which is the plenary sessions taking place in this room, which are happening at the beginning and end of each day. And we have sets of 3 breakout sessions taking place at the same time. And you as participants will get to choose which of those breakouts you want to attend. And hopefully at least one of them will be of interest to you. Each breakout is 50 minutes in length. And for some of them, there is only 5 minutes changing time between one breakout and the next. So firstly, to the chairs of the breakouts, you must finish on time. And secondly, to the participants, you have to run quickly to the next session. But there are other events going on. In fact, there are many. There are 6 different types. This is all in your conference guide. So please, the conference guide is like the holy book. It has everything you need for this. There are 6 different types of side event. There are innovations cafe sessions, poster gallery. There's a poster gallery at the end of the corridor. There's a manufacturer's marketplace, a TechNet clinic, a video gallery, and a resource library. I'll just explain each one separately. Firstly, the Innovations Cafe. There are 2 of them. They will take place at the same time. And these provide an informal space for showcasing innovative tools, technologies, and systems. And each one is only 30 minutes long. So please arrive promptly if you are interested. And our experts are going to be demonstrating their innovations to people in this informal space Perhaps you can share a coffee and just discuss your ideas and perhaps receive a demonstration of the innovations. These are taking place before the morning plenaries and during lunch breaks and coffee breaks. And please see the conference guide for the full list. Now, the poster gallery, I don't know if any of you have taken a look around yet, but we have something like 50 posters displayed. And this poster gallery will be open throughout the conference. 20 of them will be presented by their authors, and Ranjit mentioned one that's going to be presented. And these authors will only present them once, and you will have 30 minutes to discuss, ask questions, and otherwise interrogate the authors of the posters. So please refer to the conference guide to find out when they're going to present their posters. Make sure you're there. The manufacturers marketplace. We have 27, I believe, manufacturers of PQS pre-qualified products. And I give the opening times here, which is pretty much throughout the conference, but not during plenary. Now, the TechNet Clinic, I'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow, but we are here, myself, Alex Pascuto, and Gigi Nemro, who are the TechNet website team. And if you have any ideas for a collaboration or a new project, or you're interested in discussing us, how we can support your work, please find a time to come and talk to us. The official times are here, but informally, you're welcome to grab us whenever. There's also a video gallery. The video gallery is located in the poster gallery. It's a huge screen that has over 2 hours of short immunization videos that will be playing on a loop. Each video is only, I think 5 minutes is the longest, so it's between 1 minute and 5 minutes. So if you have a few minutes spare, please pop in and see what's there. The full list of videos is displayed next to the TV. There's also a resource library. It's simply a space for anyone here who has copies of immunization-related material, who wants to share it with the group, is welcome to deposit it in the resource library, and you can see the pop-up banner there to identify where it is. It's it's next to the manufacturer's marketplace. This is the agenda. It's rather complicated here. I'll go straight to the day-by-day version. This shows the cadence of the sessions. I don't have much time, but it begins each Tuesday and Wednesday have the exact same format. And the key point here is that the first Innovations Cafe and first poster presentations will be taking place at 8:15 to 8:45. So I'm sure the jet-lagged people won't have a problem with that because they'll be wide awake, so they can come. But I urge you to take a look and see what is being presented, identify, target, set your alarm, and come if you're interested. If you're not interested, please just come for the plenary at 9 o'clock. And also note that in every single coffee break and lunch break and the afternoon coffee break, there will be more Innovations Cafe, more poster presentations, and TechNet clinics. So you will have plenty of opportunities during those times if you're not already busy networking. Thursday, the final day, ends after lunch at 2 o'clock. And the format of that day is slightly different. There are no Innovations Cafes, there are no poster presentations, there's no TechNet Clinic, because we think by that stage you'll all be sick of each other. So you'll want simply to participate in the 2 sets of breakouts in the morning, and then the final closing plenary session. This is the floor plan. I think you're familiar with it by now. You've at least navigated your way successfully from the lobby to this plenary room. Solo mentioned it before, but just to make it clear, all the plenary sessions will be in English. All the breakouts will also be in English, except for 2 breakouts, which will be in this room in Spanish. Now, for every plenary session, and all the breakouts which will be in this room, there will be interpretation into French, Spanish, and Portuguese. So if you do not speak, if your English is not so great, if you stay in this room, you will be fine. And I'm not sure, but I believe there are a couple of poster presentations in Spanish as well. Oh, if you do borrow some interpretation equipment, please be sure to return it. We're live streaming this right now on Zoom and on our YouTube channel, and we are providing the interpretation into French, Spanish, Portuguese online as well, so people can watch in any language they wish. And once we finish the conference, we will be publishing all of the recordings on our YouTube channel in all the languages, so if you miss anything, you can come back and watch it. How can I keep up to date and connect with other participants? I hope you know the answer to this one, because I've been ruthlessly promoting the TechNet group over the last week. So there is a group on our website specifically for people in this room who are participating in the conference. And I think most of you should be in that group. We encourage you to use it as a networking opportunity to connect with each other, to promote your work, to share, to plug your presentations, to say, look at my session on Introduction to EVM, which is taking place 8:15 to 8:45 tomorrow morning, where I'll be presenting, so please come along to that. You could say that in the group, for example. And we will be sharing any changes to the agenda or other new information that comes up through that group as our primary communications sort of tool. This is how you can find the group if you're not on it already. You go to their website, technet21.org, click Community, click Groups, click the name of the conference, which is 17th TechNet Conference Group, and then click Join, and that's it. And after that, you are in, and it's a social network, so it looks very similar to Facebook. You can make a write on the wall, share a photo, add a discussion, etc., etc. Have you had enough? I'm aware that I'm standing between you and the welcome reception, where there are free refreshments and canapes. So I don't think I can talk for much longer. So I've only got a minute. I better wrap up. There are 3 social events that we have shared with you. I think many of you have already registered. The first one's taking place just in about 5 minutes after I finish. The second is the Old Town Guided Tour. And if you're interested in the Old Town Guided Tour, you do need to register in advance. That departs from the hotel lobby at 6:30. And on Thursday, after the conference finishes, there's a Panama Canal tour that's organized that will depart from the hotel lobby at 2 o'clock as well. So if you're interested, please be sure to register in advance. Don't just turn up unannounced, because the coach may not be big enough for you. Okay, so now I think that's it. We have one last order of business before the welcome reception, and that's the group photo. But the group photo is also taking place at the pool. So now I think what is going to happen is we're going to ask you all to leave and follow our glamorous assistants, who will direct you down past the registration desk that you passed earlier, down the escalator, through the lobby, down the stairs to the pool, and then the photographer will take care of you. So perhaps before we finish, just a final word from Solo.
Sorry, this was a fantastic session. I want to thank again all the presenters from the immunization agenda, from Ranjit here on the environmental friendly interventions, and Dan, of course, for this really insightful presentation on the TechNet history. And I think that we have learned a lot. So now